This is the Padua Podcast Network.
Some retailers, Walmart in particular, have decided not to carry it. Dr. Bychek says it is unheard of for a business person to make a decision like this. Running Fever episode 242, COVID and the Family Doctor. Welcome to Running Fever. I'm Michael Davis. This is a podcast about fitness, diet, and medicine. The goal is to live a long, healthy, happy, active life. Right up to the very end. That's what I want to do. That's what you want to do. And come on along and we'll get there together. It's a full moon, it's supposed to be. And it's pretty bright out there, but not quite bright enough to see. But it's a beautiful, crisp October morning here at Lake Fayetteville. And I'm gonna walk about 3 miles total today. That's my distance that I'm going for. Yep. Did have my hydratory procedure earlier on the way over. What I've been doing is putting in my bottle of filtered water, and I used cold water this morning, which didn't really need. I put a little bit of salt in there and some lemon juice. And this is supposed to, lemon juice helps your body absorb the water better. And salt is something you need. Like, I don't know if you remember that David Hernandez mentioned electrolytes in the episode with him on hydration. I really enjoyed those episodes. I'd like to know what you think about them, because I can probably have him on again next year, hopefully. Be interested in seeing this runner, professional wrestler, bodybuilder, David Hernandez. Let me know. So that's what I've been doing, and actually, I kind of like the taste of salt and lemon juice, so helps me that way as well. Well, good. As I said, it was a crisp morning. Could see my breath out here. It's not as bad it's only a few degrees difference, but the official temperature, which is probably from the airport, is 47 degrees. But car says 51. All right, I'm at the 4 mile marker. I'll probably go to the 3 mile marker, or maybe a little beyond, because I think I'm at 3 point something where I started the car. I don't think it's been half a mile, but anyway, close enough. This part of the trail has no street lights or anything. So, believe it or not, I like going to see my doctor. I wish I could do it more often without having to pay him lots of money. But, for someone who cares about health enough to do a podcast on an episode every week on it, it's a chance to get a professional point of view and a real life point of view on medicine. Plus, he's just a nice guy. So I am going to have a separate episode on the details of my annual physical and what you can learn from it. But today, I'm going to talk about how a primary care physician is handling the pandemic. So this is 2020, and COVID-19 has unfortunately swept the world. And we've gone into that quite enough. I don't have to tell you about it. We're getting this down to the local level here. That's what we're doing. So when, at the time of my visit, which was the, I think August 31st was the date, he'd seen 12 confirmed cases of COVID-19. Fortunately, none of his staff has been infected. And he said for about 6 weeks, the number of patients coming through was about 50% of normal. But they're really back up to normal now, or as the time I was in there. Back to 100% pretty much. But a portion of those patients are now seeing him via video conference. Any patient who is sick can call in a wellness visit like the one that I had, just to get my physical and to get a prescription renewed. Those type of visits, obviously, you can go in, but if you're actually sick, they want you to do a video call. So, he talked about the limitations of this. Obviously, you're seeing someone in 2D, you're hearing them over an internet connection, and perhaps most importantly, you can't touch the person. So he gave me an example that he had a call with a little girl that I guess his parents thought, or her parents thought, that she might have appendicitis. So, they could go through the symptoms, and he said she probably didn't have appendicitis because she did not have things like nausea and fever that often go along with that. But he couldn't actually, he had, a hands-on exam with a palpation of the abdomen would have allowed him to be more certain about the diagnosis. So he could try to explain to the patient's mother, how to do that and what to look for, what to feel for. But that's just one example of kind of the limitations that he's working under. So here's how he is treating COVID-19 patients. He's administering, first he has a video call with them. And then if they meet the qualifications for a test, and he didn't go over those with me, but CDC guidelines, people who have symptoms of COVID-19, people who've had close contact within 6 feet of an infected person for at least 15 minutes, with someone who is a confirmed case of COVID-19. People who have been asked or referred to get testing by their healthcare provider, local or state health department. So, got to qualify for the test because there's a limited supply. If they meet any of those, he has them come in for a test. The test is taken in the parking lot outside the office. And since it can take several days to get the results, he makes an immediate determination as to whether they are likely to be infected. And if so, he begins treatment even before the test comes back. Otherwise, you would lose that time. He's normally experiencing about a 3-day turnaround on the tests. So obviously you don't want to wait to treat someone who probably is infected. So trying to get ahead of things there. So, all right, I'm gonna, another sign here. It's dark. Even with the moon, it's dark with these trees. 4.41. About halfway to the turnaround point. Okay, I'm getting out into the brightness. Open area. The moon is bright. So, we hear a vaccine is coming soon. There's been a monumental worldwide effort to make it happen. But even when the vaccine comes, when the vaccine for SARS-CoV-2 is available, it won't help those who are already sick. So here's a course of treatment that is currently available to Dr. Bychak, which he may prescribe to a confirmed or probable case of COVID-19. Magnesium glutamate. This helps to combat the cytokine storm that I talked about in episode 241, which was about the inflammation aspect of the disease. Unfortunately, the magnesium you can usually get at Walmart or your grocery store is more likely to be magnesium oxide or magnesium sulfide. I gotta pay attention to where I'm going here. Wandering off the path. I'm sorry. Magnesium citrate, not magnesium sulfide. But both of these can cause diarrhea. And he mentioned Z-Paks, which I believe cannot be combined with hydrochloroquine, which brings me to my next point. Hydrochloroquine, sometimes known as HCQ, according to Dr. Bychak, really works against COVID-19. But some retailers, Walmart in particular, have decided not to carry it. Made a business decision not to carry it. Patients can usually get it at a local independent pharmacy, and he knows some of these that he sends his patients to. Now, we can only speculate as to why Walmart would refuse to carry this drug. The doc thought it could be that they don't want COVID positive people in their stores. Another possibility, equally as repugnant, if not more, is that it's political. since it has been recommended by the president. If that's true, then it is a scary thing indeed. Dr. Bychek says it is unheard of for a business person to make a decision like this. You know, it's above the pharmacist level. It's beyond people with medical expertise. In other words, it has nothing to do with medicine as far as the decision maker is concerned. So obviously he's pretty frustrated. He's a physician, prescribes a drug, and then Walmart will not fill the script. Anyway, the good news is that so far, all of my doctor's COVID-19 patients have recovered. So I hope that trend continues, and until we get a vaccine in this nightmare, this long nightmare will be over. So I hope that's kind of useful to you. And if you have any information like that, you're talk to your local doctor about it or anything, feel free to contact me. I always appreciate getting feedback, suggestions for episodes, questions. Mail at runningafever.com. There's also a contact form at the website. And for the references used in this episode, go to runningafever.com/242. And until next time, if you got the fever, keep it. And if you don't, catch it. And I will talk to you next time on Running Fever.